and today we'll be continuing with our document understanding and formatting. So last time we learned about headers and setting titles about the document. Today we'll be discussing about the print function of the document, which is an important function to use once you have done with your document styling. So let's start off. We'll go to the File tab over here and select the print option. Over here we can see a set of options available in the print area. So the print button over here is the one when you press it, it will start printing whatever you set as per the settings. So before doing that, let's see what options do we have. Firstly, it's the number of copies that you want to print for that document. So you can set it as 1, 2 based on whatever number you want. So the printer will print out that number of copies of your document. Secondly is the printer that you want to send print to. So you select the appropriate printer over here, and as you can see, there are printer properties that are specific to the printer that you have selected. So let's go through this. What do we have over here? These are basically what type of printing your printer supports, what type of paper you will be using. Is it a plain paper? Is it a glossy inkjet paper? So depending on whatever type of print you are using, you can select this from here. And the print quality basically defines how much ink your printer will be using. The draft version basically uses minimal ink, so it looks like a photocopy, and normal one is basically the one that's usually used. Best is it uses heavy ink, so the text is slightly darker once your print is done. And over here you can select the pages per sheet and whether you want to print on both sides manually, or it's mentioned manually over here because it's supported by the printer. Over here you can select from where to pull the pages. If your printer supports multiple sources, it will show it over here. The media will show again what type of paper you will be using. Quality settings we just discussed in the previous tab. And one interesting thing over here is that you can select whether to print the color form, or you can print the same document in black and white. So it will show the options similarly over there. So this is the paper size that you can use, that you want to print the document on, whether the print scale, the grayscale is off or on. You can see the details over here. So these are printer specific details. And lastly is the layout, how you want your print to be done. Will it be vertical or portrait, or do you want it to be horizontal or landscape? And do you want to print on both sides manually, or do you want to flip on the long edge? This is where you use the book type printing, similar to what you see in books. And the other one is the short edge one, which is basically a notepad type print style. We'll discuss this as we go along. And what's the page order? It will be from front to back or back to front, in case you want to reverse print. Okay, so this is the printer selected. Now let's go through the settings that we have available. Firstly is the one where you define how many pages you want to print. If you select print all pages, it will print the entire document once you press the print button. Second one is the one that we see disabled right now, is the one print selection. This is enabled by default. As soon as you select a specific text in your document, printer will only send print of that particular selected text, and that will be printed only. Then we have the print current page. This is the page where your current cursor is placed before coming on to the print section. So printer will only print that particular page. Custom print is an interesting feature. It allows you to select specific pages. As you can see over here, you can either select specific pages which are comma separated, or you can select a range of pages, let's say from page number 5 to page number 12, you simply define 5-12 and it will the printer will print from page 5 till 12 in sequence. Or you can specify page number and section numbers. If your document is properly structured, you can select even section numbers to send the print, and only those will be printed. And if your printer supports both side printing, you can select print on both sides. Again, it provides you option of long edge or short edge depending on what type of both sides printing you want. One-sided is by default selected, and if your printer doesn't support auto selection or auto printing on both sides, you select manually print on both sides. So the printer will prompt you once the first side or front side of all the pages has been done. So you reverse the pages and put them back in the tray. Collated and uncollated option is basically related to the number of copies that you'll be printing. So if you're printing 3 copies of a document and have selected collated option, it basically will print out it in sets. It will print the first set, then the second set, then the third set in sequence. The uncollated option basically prints the pages based on the number of copies you selected. So if you selected 3 copies, it will print page 1 3 times, then page 2 3 times, then so on and so forth. Then we have the page orientation. Again, this is the portrait orientation, and if you select landscape, it will show you over here. So you can see the print preview on the right hand side as you change things. And based on the page that you're using, you can select it over here. It's a long list of different type of pages that you can use. So based on whatever page you're using, you can select it over here, and your print page will be adjusted accordingly. Same is the case with the margins. Custom margins are the one that you have used while documenting your page. If you want to use Word's default options, you can see then narrow margins, moderate margins, wide margins. So it will adjust your document according to the margins you select. Then lastly, we have the page per sheet option over here as well. So this will define how many pages you want to print on a single sheet, depending on if you want to print it on a design of notes and stuff like that. You can select it as per your need. You can also scale your print based on the paper that you have set, although you have already selected, but you also have an option over there. So it will automatically adjust the text based on the scale of your papers. And in our next video, we'll be going through the page layout things, which is also available over here. So right now we'll just see what options are over here, and we'll discuss them in our next video. So this is basically an overview of how and what features are available in MS Word for print option. And once you have selected everything from here, you simply select the print, you push the print button, and your print will be sent to your printer. Until next time guys, take care, bye bye, Allah Hafiz.